Welcome, race fans, to the last race for the RLJ Online Designs Tuesday Truck Series here on RTV. William Kerwin, George Burns, Robbie Johnston up in the production booth there. We definitely are happy to have you along tonight at the Miami Homestead Speedway here, located just southwest of Miami, Florida here. And we got the NEOSCA boys running around tonight in the Chevy Silverados. Looks like about a field of 8 so far. Brandon Bowie taking the pole right now with a 32.259, followed by L. Bryce Whitson Jr., 32.449. Jeffrey Gillum up there, 32.578. Rob Pittman holding the 4th spot right now with a 32.592. Mike Shelton kind of off the pace a little bit there. I say off the pace, not bad. I think he's maybe still out there running around. 32.598 right now. William Wilson, 32.662. Robert Barney has dropped to the 8th spot, 32.723. Mike Koch now with a 32.231 is on the pole here. So far to Brandon Bowie's 32.259. Again, my name's George Burns. You're watching RTV. This is the RLJ Online Designs Tuesday Tough Truck Series. Brandon Bowie is your points leader. This is our last race, race number 21 of 21 in the race for the chase here. We got such names as Brandon Bowie, Mike Koch, Jeffrey Gillum, Rob Pittman. Out here, Rob Pittman is the league owner. Does a great job getting these guys out here each and every week. Towards the tail end of the season, participation falls off just a little bit. But, hey, we're happy to have everybody along here at the Miami Homestead Speedway. It's a 1.5 miles in length. The turns are banked at 18 and 20 degrees. It is progressive banking, so the lower the turn, the flatter it is. The little bit looser the truck's going to be. A little bit higher in the turn, a little bit steeper banking. You're going to be able to run faster, but it's not the quick way around the track. You got to kind of find that sweet spot, kind of going down through and around the turns. The straights are banked at just 3 degrees, so not a big deal there. Seen tonight in the practice sessions, a lot of the trucks getting loose coming off the turn 2, not so much 4. They seem to be pushing coming off 4. Coming off of 2, though, they go around real easy, and they were having a little bit of a hard time with it. I think they're just backing up their corners a little bit. Brandon Bowie, Mike Koch, Shelton, Pittman, and John Sterling are out there kind of joking around a little bit. Saw some few wrecks here and there. And so as qualifying is finishing up, it looks like Mike Koch is going to hold that number 1 spot in the number 83 Baltimore Ravens machine, the purple machine, with a 32.231, with Brandon Bowie on the outside with a 32.259. Race will be underway in just a few minutes here as they will begin to grid up in about 15 seconds or so, and we'll get to racing. I'll run down the starting lineup. Like I said, it's Koch on the pole, Bowie on the outside pole, Whitson Jr. in 3rd, driving the number 00. The number 88 of John Sterling in the 4th spot there. The Ford machine with a holding a 32.521. He kind of ran pretty good in practice towards the late end of practice, and now he's kind of brought something to the table here with the good qualifying lap to put him in the top 5. I don't see John Sterling run too often. In the 5th spot's number 30 of Jeff Gillum. 6th spot goes to number 71 of Rob Pittman, the New York Giants machine. Mike Shelton, and then number 33 Skull Bandit is holding the 7th spot. The 8th spot goes to number 20 of William Wilson. Robert Barney holding the 9th spot with the number 16. So a little bit more in practice. Was surprised he wasn't up there around the 32.5 range. He ended up with a 32.723. So he's sitting there in the 9th spot. The 99 of Corey Brazell sitting in the top 10. The William Dunn machine sitting in the 11th spot with the number 69 there, and that's about it. Mark Kennedy, George Burns, which is myself, and Bill Kerwin did not start this race. So we'll see how it goes here as they're gridding up right now. And they'll be headed out in a few minutes. This is an 85-lap race. Like I said, it concludes the points chase so far. Right now, it's between Brandon Bowie and Mike Shelton. The number 4 of Bowie, the number 33 of Shelton. Both have 20 starts. Neither one's taken a provisional. Bowie has 6 poles, 7 wins to Mike Shelton's 2 poles, 2 wins, and it's a 19-point difference. So It'd be a lot for, not even sure. I'd have to do the math real quick, but that Koch can come over that. Boo's got to drop out real early and finish just about last in this race. It's probably not going to happen right now. When Bill Kerwin here, my buddy, gets up, I'll have him run the figures, and we'll see what's going on. The rest of the points would be Corey Brazel sitting in third, 32 points out. Hot race there between Brazel and Gillum. Gillum sits in fourth, just 5 points behind Gillum there for the top 4 finish. Robert Barney's had some tough luck. Didn't run the other week there. He's 38 points behind the number 5 of Travis Lockoff. Lockoff is not starting this week. He's missed a bunch of races now. It's kind of not had the run for the championship repeat that we were expecting here. But that goes for both the Tuesday and the Wednesday night series. The Wednesday night, the Bobby Newman Wednesday Super Speedway Series will finish up tomorrow. All right, they're all gridded up, folks. They're going around here. I'm kind of looking at the grid, and it looks... Did Mike Koch miss this? Oh, no, he's up there. Mike Koch is out in front of the pace car. I just kind of missed them here. They'll be taking green this time by for 85 laps of action here in Miami, just outside of Miami, Homestead, Florida. Some guys are rubbing off their tires. Really doesn't do much in iRacing. It's just kind of fun to do here as Koch will lead them to the green flag this time by. Bowie hanging back just a little bit. Now he's going to tighten it up there. Number 00 of Whitson is on the inside behind Koch. Starters getting ready to go. Green flag's out. Like Koch is going. Baron and Bowie's going to easily fall up into second. We'll see he's got a nice run on the 00 there. He'll drop into second. Behind Mr. Koch right now. He's got a nice little lead there. Like Koch gets loose, goes around turn 1 hard into the outside wall, spinning like a top, collects Pittman, and he will be done for the evening with a lot of repairs there. He just kind of lost it. The number 99 just kind of missed him there. Go back, and I'm going to take a look at Pittman and how much damage Pittman got. You know, it looks like Pittman kind of came through that. As we're going to show you the replay, look, Pittman has no damage to his truck, so maybe a little net coating there with Pittman and Mike Koch. Mike Koch just kind of lost it going through the turn, could not save it. When he did, it bit hard into the outside wall and started spinning like a top there. So an early caution here in the last race of the RLJ Online Designs. It's unfortunate for Mike Koch. He's been kind of running well when he shows up, and we kind of hated to see that happen.
Yeah, George, unfortunate event for Mike Koch there off of turn number 2, lap number 1. And as you said, it doesn't look like Rob Pittman got damaged. It looks like he just drove right through his car. So very lucky break for Rob Pittman. He's been having a lot of those lately in both the Tuesday and Wednesday series. Let's see if he can do it again tonight. Yeah,
exactly there. My buddy Bill Kerwin here alongside me. And we'll bring you all the action here in this 85-lap race, just a couple laps into it. And Mike Koch is already going to disconnect there and call it an evening, Bill.
Unfortunate event. I haven't seen him disconnect yet. He might be just taking his toe right now, but that's too bad for him, you know, the pole sitter for this race. I think he just got a little excited, drove it in there, and lost it.
Yeah, I was telling the fans earlier that it was the practice setup was a little loose. It was kind of pushy for me when I ran it around there in 3 and 4 compared to 1 and 2. 1 and 2 was so easy to bring the back end of the truck around, and exactly what we saw out of Koch.
Yeah, George, I haven't seen these guys, you know, making a lot of laps around this track. I just got on board here, and you know, as you said, these trucks are loose, so it's going to probably happen. And the first few laps, the tires are cold, and exactly what happened to him off of turn 2. These guys now are working lap number 3, heading down the back straightaway with Brandon Bowie, your leader right now, and he will be becoming the NEOSCA championship. So congratulations to him there. Whitson Jr. up to second right now with possibly a good truck. I haven't seen these guys make it around the track yet. So John Stilling running 3rd, Jeffrey Gillum 4th, Rob Pittman is up to 5th position, Shelton all the way back to 6th right now. You got Rob Barney also hanging back there. Is tonight the night for revenge, George?
Man, we've been thinking about that for a couple weeks now. I guess it's just going to play out as it does. Yeah, Shelton's up one spot from his start there. Didn't have a great qualifying lap. The surprise of the evening, not that he does not run well, but John Sterling getting that top 4 starting spot right here, finding himself in 3rd place right now after the Koch incident. We're going to have to keep an eye between the number 4 and the 16. However, they do have to be close to each other for some payback to go on there, Billy. And right now, they are not that close to each other.
Yeah, it's still early on in the event here, just working our first caution of the race, and he's still got some time there. Going through the rest of the field as these guys get ready to go back to green. William Wilson in the number 20, he's going to be 8th. Corey Brazil in 99, he's going to be in the 9th position. William Dunn will be in the 10th, and Mike Koch right now showing 11th position, 2 laps down, possibly still getting the tow around the track.
Yeah, from 1st to 11th in 1 lap there, not a good race for him. Not running for much this evening. He's sitting 8th in the points right now, down 1 spot from the other week there. I don't believe he ran last week, and so tough break for Mike Koch, but he's looking forward to tomorrow, and is what he wants to do in that hunt for that championship right now as they come into turn 3. Be going green this time by, and Bill, the other truck to watch tonight is that 71 Giants machine of Rob Pittman. Turned a pretty decent time in practice, about in the top 6 or so in practice, but he's been real patient and letting that machine come to him lately, and it's been paying off.
Absolutely, George. We talked about him, the Wednesday race. He was leading until the final caution again last week, and I don't know where he got caught in the back there without a buddy as they go back to green flag. Brandon Boo with an excellent jump. He'll jump to the outside in front of Whitson Jr. And looks like Sterling's underneath of Whitson Jr. entering turn number 1. They got a little close there, and Whitson will just give up the position to John Sterling. And here comes Shelton. Where'd he come from? He's up to 3rd already.
Yeah, Shelton might have found a little something there after that first run there, and they're all kind of starting to straighten out a little bit there as Bowie jumped out to that nice lead. We'll see how long that lasts. Bowie was running really well in practice, but race conditions are always a little different.
Yeah, here comes Whitson Jr. back to the inside of Mike Shelton across the line, and he'll get the position back. Shelton will fall back to 4th. Here comes Barney as he's up to 5th right now. He's going to look underneath the inside of Mike Shelton entering turn number 1. That's the battle for the 4th position heading down the back straightaway.
Yeah, right now Barney is underneath Shelton. Almost completes that pass. Can't quite get there. Shelton battles back on the outside. Barney's got the little bit of advantage going into 3 here. We'll see if he can hold it down on the low side. Tires are fresh. He gets that pass nice and clean right there, but washes up just a little bit as Shelton's going to try to battle back here.
Yeah, he pulls the crossover move on Robert Barney. They are dead even at the line as they head down to turn number 1. Looks like Shelton's going to get the position away. Possibly Barney got maybe rubbed the wall a little bit. And Shelton will get that position back. Let's see if Rob Barney does the crossover move back on Shelton. He looks like he's going to get a great run headed down the back stretch.
Yep, and there he goes. He's looking on the inside, kind of hesitates a little bit. He's kind of pulling out. Now he goes up underneath Shelton, and he does that move there. Looks like he's going to have the advantage going down through 3 and 4 right now and easily completes that pass. We'll see if it washes up once again on him now. No, he's able to hold it off the corner, Billy.
Yeah, he held it down there, to keep Shelton behind him, and that is the battle for the 4th spot. So Rob Barney picks up the 4th position as he heads his way towards the front. We got the battle behind him with that 30 car of Jeffrey Gilman and Rob Pittman. Kind of got a little washed up, a little sideways off of turn number 2, but everybody's looking single file as they head down the back straightaway.
Yeah, that's often what we find here is a lot of single file racing as they start to get into the run a little bit here. Passing's not awful tough. It's just you got to have that run coming on him here as Shelton started looking again on Barney there. Maybe a truck length off him. Looked like he had a little bit of run going into 3 back there. It's not hard to pass, but it's not easy either, if that makes any sense, Bill. It's just, one of those tracks you got a lot of finesse with. As Shelton coming off of 2 gets underneath Barney once again and making that run down the backstretch.
As they head down the corner number 3 there, looks like Shelton will get the advantage being on that inside line. But this progressive banking, you watch Barney, he's going to make a great run. They're getting possibly a little bit of contact coming off of turn number 4. Looks like they're going to be dead even at the line again. But we got the battle behind them also with Rob Pittman and William Wilson there heading down into turn number 1 and almost get together. And Rob Pittman look on the outside of Gillum at the he fall back a little bit, but William Wilson's still there. As you see Barney again pulling the crossover move, and Shelton got a really sideways, and Barney had a he got his run still going there. I thought he was going to have to back off, but as you see Jeffrey Gillen now, he'll look to the inside of Shelton in turn number 3.
Yeah, now Gillum's underneath Shelton, following Barney there. They both come through the corner really clean. Now Pittman's up on the tail end of Gillum. You're going to see a little arrow loose here at times, especially as they come off of turn 2 there. Now as Rob Pittman looks underneath the 30, he's got a great run. Gillum kind of backs out of it. Thought he was going to let Pittman go, but he's kind of battling back right now as they go down through 1 and 2 as they're coming off. Pittman has the advantage just a little bit there.
Yeah, Pittman made an aggressive move to the inside there. It looked like they were going to be 3 wide because Gillum was looking on the inside of Shelton at the time. Ooh, Pittman gets a little bit below the apron. He has to wash up, check up the car. He's going to lose position to Gillum, and here comes William Wilson on the inside.
Yeah, Pittman just drove that corner, being aggressive, trying to get the run on him there, going through it, and it definitely cost him there. He fell back behind Gillum by about 5 truck lengths, maybe 4 right now, as the battle between the 33 and the 16 heat up again. They are nose to tail, just trying to wonder what's going through Shelton's mind right now. You know, as far as how he wants to race, he really doesn't have much to lose. He's got that pretty good advantage over Brazil there. He's going to lose it to Bowie right now, so he might be thinking, I think all these drivers are thinking, I want to win.
Yeah, you know, this is the last race of the season, time to prove a point for next year to have the advantage, you know, to have the run going in the next season. Mike Shelton really needs it. He's finished second in all 3 seasons so far, and he really wants to win one this, you know, win a championship, possibly next season. He's you know, he just has some bad luck sometimes with, as well as a lot of these drivers here have some bad luck. But Shelton, man, is 3 times in a row finishing second in the points.
Yeah, it's definitely tough. I know I finished Wednesday second. The first year was kind of tough, came back and won it the second year, and this year we're kind of out of it. But, you know, it's just so tough to get it done, and here Shelton is finishing second all 3 years, all 3 seasons, we should say. And, I mean, it's something to definitely be proud of. That's consistency right there. Just can't get it done to get the win, but, I mean, darn, it's making a statement as far as I'm concerned. He definitely has nothing to be ashamed of. Now as Gillum's kind of looking low on Shelton, not quite getting underneath him there with Pittman following.
Yeah, and Gillum washes up really bad in for turn number 4. Here comes Rob Pittman in the inside of Jeffrey Gillum, and Shelton's going to look to the inside of Rob Barney in the corner. Going back to Shelton, Barney gives the position away, and Rob Pittman washes up in front of Gillum. You know, we're talking about out of the 20 races ran this year so far, not counting this race, Shelton and Brandon Bowie both have the same amount of top 5s and top 10s with 16 and 19 respectively. So, you know, it's just came down to wins with, you know, Brandon Bowie 7 wins to Mike Shelton's 2.
Yeah, and it just goes to show you don't have to win every week to be here at the end. You just got to be consistent and just run top 5s, top 10s, top 5s, and you're going to get there. You know, if you finish a 4th one week and a 2nd the next week, you're going to stay there, and you're going to be right in there for the hunt on the last 4 or 5 races. You're definitely into the chase. I mean, that's the first goal, is to get into that chase.
Yeah, absolutely, George. You know, the top 8 only get in, and you know, it was a good battle to get in this season. You know, we'll expect, you know, another battle next year. You know, we're talking about the Wednesday series, and look how close that battle is. It's down to 7 points between Rob Barney and Mike Koch there. And tomorrow night, you know, we got a lot of drivers in that field, and Rob Barney, all he needs to do is spin out or get collected, and Mike Koch could possibly become the champion for the series there. He was leading the points last week until he got caught up into a wreck.
Yeah, and that Wednesday series, a lot of it comes down to, I mean, there's a lot of pride in making the chase, a lot of pride in finishing up there, winning. I'm so proud to win it last year. Had a lot of help and stuff. Barney kind of washes up a little bit there, going through 4, almost collects the wall, gathers it back up. But getting back to the Wednesday series just for a second here, tomorrow's a whole different monster. We're at the new Daytona. We're in the trucks. It's going to be smooth. It's going to be fast. There are going to be a lot of lead changes, I think. It's a longer race, a 75-lap race. We haven't done one since we kind of came back from the break. I believe it's been about 6-8 weeks almost. And a lot of guys that are out of it, including myself, I'm racing for the win tomorrow. I know, Billy, you like to win. Everybody likes to win. Pittman wants to get that first win. And it's kind of be a whole different monster for those 2 guys up front going for that championship.
Yeah, George, these guys are actually going to be at Talladega tomorrow night, and you know, looking at the standings.
I'm sorry, I said Daytona. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking at the standings right now. You know, Rob Barney's got 4 wins this year to his, you know, to Mike Koch's 2, and it's going to be about, you know, who's going to be the better. Ooh, Pittman almost turned Rob Barney there. It's just going to be about, keeping your truck clean, to lap 40, lap 50, and then start working your way through the traffic. You just want to keep your truck clean in the championship. You don't want to be like, how we've seen in the NASCAR series, Tony Stewart being really aggressive there, and he had all those problems throughout the race. He still made a comeback, but, on a super speedway where anything can happen, at a big track, trucks, drafting, you push somebody the wrong way, or, you get underneath them with the net code issues, every kind of issue, you can use the reset issue, George, all about that kind of stuff.
Yeah, there's so many wild card factors that are going to be out of the hands of Koch and Barney tomorrow. As Pittman looking low on Barney once again, can't quite get there. Barney's holding his own on that progressive banking going through turn 2. They're getting a good run off of turn 2. Pittman's going to fall in behind. Gillum looks low, but I think he was just kind of getting out of their way in case they started to spin there. Pittman came up into him. Now Pittman's going after Barney again, getting way low, going into 3, starting to wash up just a little bit. And has to roll out of it. Now Gillum's going to look low on Pittman here as we continue through working lap number 21 right now, coming to lap 22. Yeah, on that Wednesday night, you're exactly right, Kerwin. There's so many wild factors. Today, running a Carb Cup race, running 3 wide down to the tri-oval, a car in the inside appeared to a 15-lap race. Looked like his right front went down. There was no indication of anything. He did not turn, but the car just shot to the right. So now there's another wild card. Is that going to start happening on these super speedways? As Gillum's looking low on Pittman right now, going through 3 and 4. And Barney's almost into the outside wall. But now you got that other factor, so anything could happen that could totally ruin their run for the championship. They're still going to finish up there. However, it's what do you race? And I think tomorrow they're going to have to be looking at the relative, and they're going to be racing each other. Am I in front of them? And wait till the end and have it a 15-lap race between those two.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting tomorrow night, and I can't wait to be in the race with yourself and all these wild cards. Anything can happen. And last week when the points in this series were closer, Bowie got caught in an accident there with Whitson Jr. there a few times. That could have taken him right out of the points there, or possibly made it like a 5-point lead for himself going in this race, and we would have had a closer battle. But anything can happen. So we'll see next week, or excuse me, next week. We'll see now how it goes next season. And see Mike Koch, he's off the pace right now. I'm not sure what happened to him, if he spun it out again, but he's back on the track. Take a look through the rest of the field. And right now, Brandon Bowie's got a second lead, so that lead is closing in. Whitson Jr. having an excellent run. We talked about him the last few weeks there, having a lot of bad luck, 2 tires, and last week he had all the damage on his truck. Right now, he's running second, and he's running down the leader.
Yeah, right now, especially under green flag conditions, do you take 2 and go? We'll have to see, watch his pit stop as to what happens if he takes himself out of it again or not. It's good to see him running up there in second place. John Sterling running in third, a solid third right now, 2.8 seconds behind Brandon Bowie. Mike Shelton in the 33 Skull Bandit sitting in fourth. And rounding out your top 5 is Robert Barney there, kind of hanging on. Seems like he's struggling just a little bit tonight as the 20 of William Wilson and Rob Pittman go after each other. Oh, the 20 gets into Pittman. What a great save by Rob Pittman there. Oh, and he's going to lose it.
Oh. And in the wall goes Corey Brazil. He thought he had it saved, but I think he screwed up the right front there. And after that, it was just all over.
Yeah, he ended up getting down that apron. It cut up a little bit on him, and he hit that 99 awful tough there. Corey Brazil went hard into the outside wall. The man, I thought Pittman had it saved.
Yeah, I thought so too. Unfortunate event for Rob Pittman. He was really sideways. I'm surprised he didn't spin out the first time. He saved it, and I don't know if it just broke loose on him again, and right up into Corey Brazil. Corey Brazil takes a hard shot to the outside wall, and he'll probably have to take it to himself the way that he took it, the way that he hit the wall.
Yeah, as you're going to start to see the leaders come in the pit. Brandon Bowie's hitting down on this goofy pit road. Whitson Jr.'s hitting it. Everybody's going to be hitting this pit road right now, especially Rob Pittman, Corey Brazil for their reset. Let's see what everybody takes, especially the number 00 on what he takes for tires.
Yeah, here the guys coming down across the chute there, which you have to enter at this raceway. Here they come down pit road. Brandon Bowie leading the field. Whitson Jr. We'll see if what he wants to do tonight. You got Sterling hanging in there right now. Here comes Rob Barney to his stall. He's working his way, actually. I thought he was pulling in. Got 58 laps remaining in this race. A long way down a pit road. Because only 8 trucks. I would expect some more stalls further down, but here everybody's now in their stall. Let's see who gets out first. Looks like right sides are going on everybody's truck right now. They're down on the right sides. Brandon Bowie's going to take 4. So is
Whitson takes Mark.
Here comes Sterling 4. Here goes Shelton. He's out. He's going to.
Oh, here comes Shelton. Went really good.
Wow, excellent race for pit road. I'm not sure. I know Brandon Bowie won the race, but I wasn't sure who won second.
Excellent run off pit road. That's probably the most exciting one we've seen all season, Billy.
Yeah. Looks like it will be going to John Sterling for the second spot right now, and third will go to Whitson. Fourth will be Shelton out of pit road. Rob Pittman using up a reset here.
Yeah, which he pretty much had to do.
Yeah. Here comes Mike Koch. He's going to take a pit stop. Mark Kennedy on the track, 19 laps down. Not sure if he had some kind of connection issue.
Oh, we got a speeding penalty. It looks like maybe Robert Barney got a speeding penalty on pit road.
Looks like he did. He's not falling on the rear, so I'm not sure who got it. It looks like Whitson Jr. actually got the speeding penalty, and he will go to the rear, so he'll have to make his way through the field. Oh, it looks like Sterling. I don't know who's got it, because Sterling and Whitson are slow. One's on the outside, one's on the bottom, so they possibly both got speeding penalties trying to get out of the pits.
And this is, yeah, it definitely looks like Whitson Jr. got it, and Sterling's down on the inside. They probably both got it. That's going to change the race right there. They've been running so well, but can they come back from this? They should be able to grab a few positions really quick there.
Yeah, George, and yep, they're going to the rear. So while they were running for second off of pit road, Mike Shelton said, "I'll just take it calm and gain my positions." You know, it's not like Bristol where they have those little timing lines where, like last year, where I forget who it was. I want to say it was Brad Keselowski. He jumped all those timing lines, and Jeff Gordon was leading the whole race. You know, lost the race because of that stupid speeding timelines there, and it didn't give him a penalty. Well, guess what? You guys just got caught for speeding down pit road.
Yep, and it's definitely going to hurt them now. As Mike Koch gets the wave around there, and he'll be a lap down once he catches the field here as we're working lap number 29. And getting back to Wednesdays, it's just, I don't want to be the dead horse as far as the Wednesdays go. We'll find out what happens tomorrow, but racing tomorrow, getting back in the truck after taking a week off, recharging my batteries. I'm looking for the win. Haven't had a win in a long time. The team factor, though, you got a fucktard team with yourself, me, and Koch out there. Hopefully Lockup shows up. And then Barney's been hit or miss with his teammates, and their performance has been hit or miss too as far as his teammates go. Drew Wilkie has tended to get caught up in stuff. Alexander Brown runs really well, but ends up mixed in with some other guys. So, you know, Barney's been relying a lot on our team. The team might not be there tomorrow for Robert Barney, and so he's kind of got that uphill battle also going with him, where Mike Koch is kind of sitting back a little bit saying, hey, you know what, I got my teammates to help me out here.
Yeah, you know what, and you know, speaking about teammates, you got Rob Pittman, who also kind of losing his teammates here. Possibly work with him tomorrow night if in case Drew Wilkie can't make it, or you know, Alexander Brown, who, you know, we all understand people have to work and stuff. So if Brown can't make it, he's going to have to find, you know, a teammate tomorrow night, and don't expect it to be us, because we got our teammate ready to win. I pushed Rob Barney to win last week, and that was a mistake there, but I had nowhere else to go. I couldn't push anybody else. I wanted to get myself up there, but I remember Rob Barney leaving me on the outside, hung out to dry. So Rob Barney, you better find a new teammate tomorrow night.
As we're getting ready to go green here, pace car pulls off. Brandon Bowie bringing them down to the green flag. Hold them just a little bit. Green flag is out. Bowie goes. The 33 of Shelton goes. Rob Pittman is all over the rear bumper of the 33 there. Getting through 1 and 2 is going to be interesting right now, as a 30 of Gillum looks low, battling for the third spot with Robert Barney sticking his nose in, almost 3 wide, not quite. He is on the outside fender, and Pittman goes around hard on the outside.
There goes Barney, and a lot of Look, I'm not sure. Mark Kennedy.
Oh, there is wrecking carnage all over coming out of turn 2.
And that looks like it'll be the end of the night for Rob Pittman. I don't think Rob Barney's out of it yet. He did not use a reset yet, but his motor actually blew up when he hit the walls. We took a look at the replay there. Actually, yeah, said Mark Kennedy. That was William Hunt in the number 69 machine.
Yeah, the 69 team, the 16, because he was sideways in the track. Pittman was on his side, on his driver's side there. He was all over the track. He kind of did everything but rolled over. All he did actually roll over onto his hood and came back up. Barney hit the inside hard, and like you said, twice he bounced in there, blew his motor. Pittman ends up sideways on the track, so a lot of trucks damaged here. Pittman's going to be done for tonight. You saw us on board right now, or I'm sorry, we were watching, I believe, the 69 there for the replay. Rob Pittman's pulled his truck into the garage this evening, and that'll be it for him right now.
Yeah, unfortunate for him tonight. You know, we had I guess we spoke too soon. I guess we gave him the jinx there, having a great run. And Rob Barney now, he's actually done for this evening. So he will retire for the night and will be ready to race tomorrow night. You know, I bet you he's not one happy driver, but tomorrow night he could be one of the happiest drivers in NEOSCA.
Could be either one of the happiest or one of the most dejected drivers in NEOSCA. Because and now we got some rubbing going on out there between the 88 and the 00.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened. I'm going to look back a little bit and see if we had any kind of issues there on the restart.
Yeah, that was a little John Sterling saying, hey, I'm not quite happy with you.
I'm looking at the restart here. I don't see nothing too bad that happened. Corey Brazil also got sideways on that restart. That was way behind the Rob Pittman accident.
I don't see anything either. Maybe Sterling was just playing around a little bit.
Maybe, or even for the race off of pit road, making him speed. But I don't know what happened. Honestly, there was a little bit of brake checking going on between them. Let's actually pull down John Sterling and see if we can get a word with him and see what happened.
Yeah, let's talk to him. You get John Sterling and the driver, the number 88 Millington Raptor Ford right now coming down with Bill Kerwin, seeing what was going on between him and the number 00. 00 started behind him on the restart, and I did not see anything that was going on there, but we'll find out.
Hey, John Sterling, Bill Kerwin up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah.
We just seen a little. Are you guys having a little fight there between the 00 and yourself?
No, we're just having a little fun up here because me, him, and Bowie seem to be the fast three people. And when we were coming out of the pits that last caution, we both got a speeding penalty. So, I mean, we're just trying to have some fun back here until we get back up front.
Yeah, me and George were looking at it, you know, as soon as we got back from watching the replay, and all of a sudden we just see you guys pushing on each other. Wasn't sure there was a problem. I looked back, and me and George looked back, didn't see no problems. But, you know, you're having a great run tonight. What's your chances of trying to get back up there now?
I mean, they're looking good. Honestly, I thought Bowie was playing with us, but once the 00 got around me after I got loose that one time, I realized that it was actually us three pulling away from the rest of the field. So, I mean, I may have a chance. I just got to figure out how to catch Bowie.
Yeah, it's not often we hear John Sterling say that he's fast out there, so congratulations, John.
Yeah.
Good luck for the rest of the night, buddy.
All right, man.
All right, RTV live right now. We're working lap number 34 under caution for the third time, I believe, Bill?
Yeah, the third time, and getting ready to go back to green, possibly next time by here, as the field will get double file, and we get ready to go back to green.
Yeah, so Rob Pittman right now retired early out of the race. Unfortunately for him, we're looking for good things from him, but eventually everybody's good things run out. I totally can tell you that here on iRacing, they definitely run out. George Burns, Bill Kerwin, Robbie Johnson live for RTV, working lap number 35 right now. It looks like Brandon Bowie, Mike Shelton, Whitson Jr., and Sterling, along with Gillum in your top five right now. Mike Koch will be in the 6th spot. He'll be the last car on the lead lap. William Dunn finds himself 1 lap down along with William Wilson. 1 lap down. The number 99 of Corey Brazel's 2 laps down. Pittman's retired. Barney's retired. And Mark Kennedy never started the race here. Going through as we're going.
I'm sorry, George. Yeah, he's on the track right now. He's 19 laps down. He started the race a little late, and he's not going to gain much positions there as we get ready to go back to green.
Oh, I'm sorry. I did not even see him so as much as I'm paying attention tonight. So.
Yeah, we're working lap number 35, and this is going to be an aggressive start, probably by the top 4.
Yeah, especially since Mike Shelton's going to want to lead a lap here. He's going to want to get out there.
Yeah, pace car's off. Green flag. He held the field a little bit after the green flag. They go off the top. Well, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 6th took off. Jeffrey Gillen fell behind Mike Koch. So Mike Koch now trying to get a rebound here after he's lost it in turn number 1 on the 1st lap. Shelton kind of get a little loose himself there off of turn number 2. Here comes Koch to the inside of Sterling, and here comes the battle for 2nd place. Yeah, and right now the 2nd place battle and 3rd place battle is where it's at as Koch is working his way back up through there, showing some new life there with that reset. Whitson makes the pass on the 33 of Mike Shelton. The 88 of Sterling is caught on the outside with Koch racing him hard on the inside of the number 83 Baltimore Ravens. Welcome Rob Pittman to the booth. Glad to have you along tonight after your tough luck.
I'd rather be in the truck, George, but thanks.
Yeah, I totally can understand that. As the 88 and the 83 are battling, the 83 gets just a little loose there, gives that spot up to John Sterling, and along comes Gillum for the ride.
That seems to be the triple spot tonight. There is now Gillum's looking on the outside of Mike Koch, and he'll have the great run. The outside line seems to be picking up the pace a little bit now, George, after a bunch of laps run. Ooh, and William Dunn gets a little sideways off of turn number 4. So here comes Jeffrey Gillum battling on the outside of Mike Koch. And we got a battle for the 2nd position here. Shelton looking underneath Whitson Jr.
Yeah, and Shelton's making this pass look awful easy down there in that progressive bank in the low side there. He just kind of gets by and clears him coming off of 2. Makes the run down the backstretch as Whitson dumps in behind him right now. We'll see what L. Bryce Whitson. I can never get that name right. There's way too many names in there. We're going to call him 2 Tires. We're going to see what 2 Tires does down through 3 and 4, and he doesn't do much there. Rob, how is the truck handling on the short run, and then how was it on the long run there?
It wasn't a problem at all. You know, either or. I just, personally, I was just giving a little too much throttle there on that restart, and I paid the price. The trucks are all handling pretty well. As you know, we run the same setup.
Yeah, totally fixed setup league here on the RLJ Online Designs Tuesday Truck Series. Sponsored by RLJ Online Designs, obviously, and RTV along for the ride here. Glad to have everybody aboard. Working lap number 39, coming to lap 40. Shelton's getting it done right now in front of the 0-0 of 2 Tires with John Sterling sitting back and forth. Sterling called himself one of the faster trucks tonight, Billy. We'll see what he's got here over the long run. It seems like Whitson's got a great run in, but not so much off.
Yeah, he's driving a little bit too hard in. He possibly needs to arc it a little bit better. I'm going to look at him how he does again this next lap here. But going back to Whitson Jr. there, he was catching Brandon Bowie on that long run we had before we had those 2 quick cautions. So if he can get by Shelton right now, he has a possible chance to catch Bowie again. He'll just need a really long run, possibly to the end of the race there. Now the thing is that these guys that pitted back on lap 25, do they have enough fuel to make it to lap 85? I don't think so. I don't know what a fuel run is. I haven't raced this track in a long time.
Yeah, I'm not sure what a fuel run is either. It's definitely going to be close. That's one thing, and you're kind of seeing Sterling hanging off a little bit, maybe saving some stuff there as Whitson is really trying to work to get past Shelton there, looking on the inside. So that could be another factor. He didn't have to work this hard in that first run when he started closing on our leader, Bowie. So that might play a little factor too. He might not have enough left at the end because Bowie's got to be sitting and looking in his mirror going, wow, these guys are racing hard. I'm just going to kind of ease off here. Still got my my 2nd lead, and I'll save my junk for later.
Yeah,
sorry, Rob.
4/10. I'm sorry. Bowie gained 4/10 of a second on that last lap alone. So those 2 battling for that 2nd and 3rd position, they're really paying the price out there.
Yeah, watching Whitson Jr. there, he gets a little loose there. If he wants to get by Shelton, he needs to arc the car a little bit better, let off earlier, and get the run off in the center of the corner there. That's the only way he's going to be able to do it. Him running in the corner really hard, he ain't going to do nothing because Shelton's going to sit there on the bottom. He ain't going to move for him.
Yeah, that's what we're seeing right now, because right as he gets ready to get that truck set up to get underneath Shelton, Shelton's already got that lane occupied, and it's just allowing Sterling even more time to get up in there and mix into this battle. And I think John Sterling will kind of play that, exactly what you said, Billy. He's going to arc that truck in there and then force Whitson up out of the groove a little bit and get that run for that position.
Yeah, and it looks like going in a 3 there that, you know, Whitson has a great run. He can possibly push it to the outside there. And he can run the outside, because the outside line, as I said earlier, and as he gets loose again off a 2, and he's actually going to
go around.
There he goes. And hit the inside wall. So he is below the grass, no caution out yet, and he's going to spin it back across the track. Possible caution, maybe not. He gets the truck rolling, and once again, 2 tires is around on the racetrack.
Yeah, so 2 tires did it again. He kind of took himself right out of the factor here with maybe just running a little too hard. So as he's getting used to this NEOSCA league, having a little bit of problems, kind of maybe, I don't know. I don't want to say he definitely over-raced the truck there, but overthinking the races and doing something to take himself out of it when he's had these great runs. So that's just going to be his legacy for his first season here with us. See what happens next season if he learns from this, as Shelton's got to be thinking, all right, now I got Sterling to contend with. What's going to happen now?
Yeah, as we go looking at that battle right now, there's a little, like about a 2-car length lead between them right now. The lead of Brandon Bowie now is 1.2 seconds. So now that they're not battling as hard, that these guys should be able to start gaining a little bit of time here. You know, we always talk about how Brandon Bowie is
I think in the long run, Mike Shelton is very, very capable.
I think we're down.
Reeling in Bowie.
Might be having a little technical difficulties right now with the broadcast, so we're going to stand by. We are live. We apologize for that, folks. We thought we might have lost the broadcast there, as during that little bit of time down, you did not lose the picture, but you lost the audio. We're right here live with you with RTV, and as Bowie's going to put another lap on top of the number 00 of Whitson Jr. 2 tires there. He came in and got his reset, Billy.
Yeah, not like last week. He's right in front of the leader again. You know, he had damaged truck and he was trying to battle the leader, or you know, the leader was getting past him, and he hit the wall, spun it on the inside. He came back on the track. Not even a lap later, he was up in the wall again, right in front of the race leader, and that gave Brandon Bowie a heart attack, because that was 2 times he almost got caught up with him.
Yeah, and this is where he's got to kind of run his line right now, stay out of the way of the leader, hope that he's right in the position to get his lap back on a wave around or something. I mean, it's just very frustrating as a leader of a race, or leaders of the race, when you're racing these lap trucks. I mean, Rob Pittman's been in that situation. Bill Kerwin's been in that situation. Myself has been in that situation. They have a right to be out there and race, but at the same time, you know, you're racing for a win or for the lead, and it's just really tough. It can get frustrating when they're just as good as you, but they won't move out of the way. They don't have to, Rob, but you expect them to. So, you know, it kind of goes back and forth right now. We're seeing Whitson pull away from Bowie a little bit with the tires, and I'm sure Pittman understands exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah, I'm with you there, George. You know, didn't hear everything, but I heard most of it.
I'd like to apologize if you're not seeing the battles on the racetrack. We're still waiting for you know, to come up, but we are still live here at the Miami Speedway here. Right now, Brandon Bowie is your race leader, followed by Shelton, who's pulled away from John Sterling and actually is starting to close in on Brandon Bowie.
Yeah, and we might see Bowie dropping off like he did with 2 tires there, as 2 tires was kind of catching him. So this might be on a really long run. 2 tires gets a little loose going through 3 and 4. Where Bowie's good weak spot's going to be these long runs. You know, I'd like to see it go green for the rest of the race. See if Shelton can catch him and have a good race here for the finish.
Yeah, we've seen this at Dover 2 weeks ago there, where Shelton would gain on him on the long runs, and this is how Shelton won the race. He won it by like 3 seconds over Brandon Bowie. And it looks like it's going to be the same thing again here at these oval tracks. It's just Bowie just uses up his stuff so quickly that, you know, Mike Shelton relaxes his truck. He's got plenty of time. He knows that he's got 35 laps to go, that he can just gradually make his way up there, get a win out of the end of the season here, and get the momentum for next year.
Yeah, and that win jumping off in the next year is great. I mean, I know there's a lot of guys tomorrow night looking for a win. There was some guys looking for a win tonight. That's just a huge way to finish your season, get ready for next season on the off week, and get ready to go. Rob, how many guys do you think are going to have to pit here for fuel? And if you're coming in for fuel, you got to take at least right size, I would imagine.
It doesn't really matter, who pitted and who didn't last time. I really think everybody's going to have to come in for a drop, before everything is all said and done. And Shelton is, by the way, I'm watching the relative here, 0.2 of a second the last 2 laps. He's reeling Bowie in, but everybody's going to have to stop for fuel, I think.
Working lap number 54. Not much other battles going on the racetrack. Pretty much spread out right now. Going back to see where Mike Koch is falling in line. He's falling back in the 4th position right now after falling down 2 laps early on after his spin on lap number 1. So he's kind of made a little bit of a change here in the race. He looks like a little loose there off of 4, excuse me, but no, it was just probably my view. We got not a battle for position. Corey Brazil's underneath Jeffrey Gillum. Brazil, we mentioned right at the same time that that second wreck happened, he kind of got sideways himself behind the field there, so it was a good thing for him that the caution came out, because he used up his right front doing that.
He's kind of running pretty good right now. I'm wondering, I'd have to go back and look, did he maybe take a short pit here, even though he's 2 laps down, hoping maybe to be 1 lap down with a late caution, get back on the tail in the lead lap or something. As Rob was saying, probably everybody's going to have to come in, so maybe he can stay out just a little bit longer, if not to the end of the race, kind of hope to catch that caution flag just right.
Yeah, we got 3 trucks right now in the battle for that the lucky dog right now. Whitson Jr., William Wilson, and William Dunn. And right now William Dunn's got the position for that. William Wilson is way behind. He's all the way in turn number 4, so he won't, right now William Dunn, if the caution does come out, he'll get himself back in the lead lap. And then it'll be down to the 00 and the 20 machine. I'm not sure how come the 20 is way off in the back there, but actually Whitson's actually catching the 20 car, because I'm not sure if the 20 car still got some damage or not, but if Whitson gains that position, he'll be the next in line after, if we do get a caution, Williams Dunn gets his lap back.
Yeah, so it'd be interesting on how this might play out, even though Corey Brazil's not, like you said, right in line for that. If everybody pits, he stays out, finds himself 1 lap down, he could find himself in front of those other guys since they get caught in the pit if a caution comes out. That's a long shot by any means, but it's definitely a strategy when you're kind of running around and not doing so well. Maybe take the short pit and kind of hope for that lucky caution.
Yeah, so we can work lap number 58, Rob. This is the last race of the season here. What do you expect for next season as far as changes and who you think is going to become the victor next year?
Well, Bowie's got it locked up this year, and it's going to be a hell of a feat to keep him from successfully defending that title next year. I really think he's got a good shot at becoming the first 2-time champion in NEOSCA. Some of the things we're looking to change here is, we're trying to figure something out to keep the turnouts high toward the end of the season. Tonight we have 12 entries, but when we start the season up again, we're going to be up to 2025, and we got to find a way to keep that.
Yeah, definitely attendance needs to be high. We see good attendance on the Wednesday series. Just going to bring up this Tuesday series. If we had like a more trucks, and definitely it would have been a great battle for the championship there tonight. Brandon Bowie, if he spun out or just got mired in the back there, Mike Shelton could have became the champion. It's just because we don't have enough trucks. And if you'd like to become a NEOSCA driver, go to neosca.org and fill out the applications, and Rob Pittman will say yay or nay, and we definitely need drivers, though.
Yeah, absolutely. More the merrier. We definitely have a lot of fun out there week in and week out, and even on the off nights of racing, off days of racing, you'll see guys hanging out in the chat servers and whatnot, racing official races, spotting for each other, just having a ton of laughs. A lot of good friendships have been made, going to some possible actual Sprint Cup races and whatnot together, meeting up, hooking up with each other. It's definitely a good place to be. So check out NEOSCA.org, like Billy said, and come on along, give us a whirl and see what happens. Rob, what's going on for the off weeks for both the Tuesday and the Wednesday series?
Well, next week with the break, I think we're going to do a couple of non-points races. One on Tuesday, one on Wednesday. We have a list of new drivers in the queue. And we're gonna introduce them, and we're gonna recruit new drivers too between now and then. The venues are yet to be determined. I'll actually get with staff, meaning you and a couple other guys, and we'll hammer that out.
Nice. It should be a good time, but not. I'm sure, Billy, you're going to talk about the race for the lead right now. We got Brandon Bowie and Mike Shelton. Mike Shelton's all over Bowie, looking to the inside, going down the front stretch. Should make this pass by the time he comes out of 2. I think Bowie just used up all his stuff, and he's got to be thinking, what am I going to do now from the rest of the race?
Yeah, it's going to be kind of tough on the inside. Maybe a little contact there off of turn number 2. Like I said earlier, the outside line seems to be the place to be, unless he gets a really good jump into the inside there. Brandon Bowie cuts off the nose of Mike Shelton there for the position, and Shelton's going to have to back off, have to try it again. He'll have to really drive it in the corner like we've seen Tony Stewart do there in the last race of the season, or even at California this week. He'll have to really drive it in there and get it to stick and get in front of Brandon Bowie if he's going to want to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think half the feet was just catching him right now. He caught him. That was the first goal done. He's dropped off by about 2/10 or about 3 truck lengths right now. I think he's just kind of cooling stuff off and getting back up there and seeing how this is going to play out. Pitch strategy is going to be huge here. Maybe a splash and go, right sides. Who knows what's going to happen here. But I think Shelton has the advantage over the long run. And as we go deeper into this run, will the advantage go back to Bowie? Shelton may have more tire right now to run on, but as his stuff starts to wear out, maybe Bowie will drive a little bit better on the old stuff. Who knows?
Yeah, still got plenty. Bowie gets a little sideways off of turn number 2. That'll definitely slow him down and see Shelton close the gap right back up. It's pretty easy to close in on this racetrack. As we've seen in the past, they're actually catching the lap car, William Wilson here. See, Shelton's doing a great job. That's the line I want to see earlier. He's got a great run. He possibly could look to the inside here down the front straightaway. Up here they come side by side down the front straightaway, heading toward turns number 1. And see if Shelton can drive it in there and get it to stick. They're side by side, dead even. Somebody's got to be careful here if they get sideways. They're still side by side, dead even off the corner, heading down the back straightaway.
It was a great race from 1 and 2. They both kept it all out right there. Door to door all the way around that turn. Bowie ended up prevailing going down the backstretch as Shelton battles back. Looking to the outside, we got the lap car, the number 20 of William Wilson, is going to play into this run right now. So these guys are going to have to cool it off just a little bit and wait till they get by the number 20 here.
Yeah, laps are 1 and out here tonight. We're down to 18 laps to go when they cross the stripe. As we see Shelton again closing the gap. I think he's going to look to the outside here this time and try to make the pass on the outside. Bowie blocks that run. Shelton's going to look to the inside, heading down to turn number 3. They're going to be side by side once again, Rob.
This is a really nice battle unfolding here, and I'm just going to sit back and watch it.
Yeah, the number 1 and 2 drivers in the race, number 1 and 2 drivers in the league this year. They were battling for a championship. They're battling for this last win. Bowie wants to slam home the championship with authority with the win. Shelton would like to get in there and get the last one as he makes the pass on Bowie, gets up in front of him. Bowie looks for the crossover, Billy, going down the backstretch.
I don't think he's got enough of a run to do it. They're going to be side by side in the corner. I think Shelton did lead that lap, but not by much. Yeah, you see Brandon Bowie washing up there, and it'll give the advantage to Mike Shelton, as it was 9/100ths of a second difference there the last time by, and now Mike Shelton definitely is the new race leader as he heads down to turn number 1.
Yeah, now we'll see what Shelton can do with the lead and the clean air there as he's going down through, running up on the banking just a little bit more than what Bowie is. Bowie's getting loose a little bit, coming off still. Shelton's opening up his lead ever so slightly each corner here, it seems like. So this is going to be awesome. Do these guys have to pit? We believe they do. How are they going to pit? I got to say right now, if it's under green, it's going to be a splash and go.
Very well
splash.
played. pit strategy is definitely going to be coming into play here big time.
Yeah, these guys do have a few more lap cars to contend with before this one's over. They got the Whitson Jr. machine still running in front of them. And if they do catch the back of the field before this one's over, they got some more lap cars. I think they're starting to close back in on Whitson Jr., so it's going to be interesting to see here if they do catch him or not.
Yeah, I'm on the edge of my seat here with the RLJ Online Designs Tuesday Truck Series. It is shaped up to be everything we thought it would be this year. Wrecks, turmoil, paybacks, anger, elation, everything. We're running now with Mike Shelton, who I've said all along over the first 3 seasons in NEOSCA here that I've been with him, along with Shelton. Him and Koch were quietly getting it done. Shelton more so this season, just quietly getting it done. They're winning races, but you're seeing them finish in the top 5s to top 10s. Like we said earlier, both him and Bowie have 16 top 5s, 19 top 10s each. That's the consistency you need now with Shelton starting to totally pull away from Bowie, almost out to a half a second lead, Billy. So it's nice to see him run so well after Bowie has dominated this year.
Yeah, Shelton's always been in the top 5s. We mentioned earlier just the wins and the way, now that he's kind of learned how Bowie drives the car really hard in the early going, and then he just loses his time. It could be an advantage for next season for Mike Shelton, once he, if he's got some cars to pass or not, and then he catches Bowie. But we will see next season. But definitely something that he's learned over the last 3 weeks or so.
Yeah, he opened up 2/10 of a lead on Bowie that time, so almost to a second now as he just crossed the stripe. Bowie's got to be thinking, I got to pit here, I got to pit. How long is he going to kind of run out there? I mean, he's got really nothing to lose other than the race. I don't think staying out and racing him is going to beat him. So I'm just wish I could be inside of Bowie's head right now. What's he thinking for this end of this race?
Yeah, we still got 15 laps to go. I think Bowie will just be satisfied bringing home the championship. Unless he comes in and gets those tires and or fuel even, and we'll see what's going to happen. There's still plenty of time left in this race, George, and it's been an exciting race. 3 cautions, 3 quick cautions, and right now Mike Shelton, the place that he wanted to, kind of bring home tonight, the win. Right now he's leading the race with 12 laps remaining. It'll be 11 this time by, as he enters coming off of turn number 4. Looking through the rest of the field, not much really going on. Everybody's kind of on their own right now. Actually, we do have a close battle for the 3rd position. You see John Sterling and Mike Koch. They're actually closing in on Brandon Bowie.
Yeah, could Bowie be saving fuel a little bit there? Is he that far gone? I know Koch would like to, after his first lap debacle there, kind of get as many positions, looking at top 3 right now if he can get by Sterling. So this should be an interesting run right here. So many factors with so little trucks out there, and a race that really doesn't count for much other than pride and to launch it off. When you're out there racing, every week's the championship. I mean, you're behind that wheel, and it's just, I want to get to it.
Yeah, and another thing that, could save Mike Shelton for next year is that he needs to get out as quickly as he can to become the leader. Tonight, Brandon Bowie's pretty much led all the laps up till now. Last week, Brandon Bowie, once again, led the most laps. I think at Dover, it was kind of close between Shelton and Bowie. So, those are bonus points. Every kind of bonus point counts going to the championship. And, definitely next season that Mike Shelton's got to think about is just trying to lead the most laps in a race to get all those points.
Yeah, when you say bonus points are huge, especially when it is Brandon Bowie dominating with 84 bonus points compared to Mike Shelton's 48 bonus points. I mean, that right there is almost a whole extra race worth the points for Brandon Bowie. And then you look at the laps. The total laps completed is going into this race was 2016 compared to 2027 for Shelton. So Shelton actually completed more laps than Bowie did, but when Bowie was out there, he was getting those points as Koch has fallen off a little bit from Sterling right now as we close this race out.
Yeah, we're down to 8 laps to go right now, and I'm not sure if, we don't know if these guys are going to make it or not. They're going to be really close on fuel, possibly. They came in about lap 25 or so. Some of these drivers did. Now, I'm not sure who made their stop on the 2nd caution there or the 3rd caution. So, it's definitely going to be interesting to see who does make and who does not, George.
I'm curious. I don't know the fuel run. They're not running like they're really saving fuel. I mean, I think Bowie would be dropping off a little bit more if he was. You can only drop off so far before he loses the spot to Sterling. At the same time, if you are trying to save the fuel, you're thinking the guy behind you is going to run out too. Too many factors. I don't even know. I'm clueless. But that's nothing new.
Yeah. We're down to coming around. We'll have 6 laps to go. The race lead now has gone to 1.8 seconds, and we're still wondering if these guys have anything left for fuel, if these guys can make a stop or not. You know, it's up in the air. We're down to 6 laps to go, as I just said. It's kind of, you know, everything kind of got spread out after a while, after the big one on lap number 47, I believe it was. You see Corey Brazil and William Wilson battling there. Nothing else really going on the racetrack. Actually, Mike Koch got by John Sterling there.
So after Koch falls off a little bit, he gets by Sterling. They're running nose to tail almost right there. So Koch will find himself after that first 11th. 1 lap start there, up to 3rd. He might have enough fuel to go all the way. I mean, just nobody knows.
Yeah, 5 laps remaining. Championship banner going up in Brendan Bowie's pit right now for the 3rd season of NEOSCA. Mike Shelton trying to bring home a victory. Well, we'll definitely see a double burnout tonight there, Rob.
Don't forget the best of the rest champion.
Yeah, we got that going on too, and it looks like it's going to go to yourself. So congratulations on that.
I'm sorry, got to throw the plug out. Got to throw the plug out.
Yeah, you did. I would have forgotten about it.
But definitely congratulations to Brandon Bowie. He earned every bit of it, and Mike Shelton tonight. Fine job, and I got to say, you know, if these guys are within 5 laps of an empty tank, that might be a stretch because they're cutting it awful close. I'm sure they are.
Yeah, it was again. We watched. We got Mike Shelton in turn number 3 there, coming down to 3 to go. Still not out of, nobody's pitting yet, so I'm going to assume that they're going to try to make it. They're not even going to try to attempt a pit stop. Just going to see if they can make it the rest of the way. We'll definitely find out once this race is over how much fuel everybody had left. As they are heading down the back straightaway, Mike Shelton, your race leader. Koch and Sterling are really going at it still. They are still closing in on Bowie, but I don't think they're going to have enough time to catch him.
No, as disappointed as Mike Shelton's got to be right now, losing the championship, finishing 2nd for the 3rd time in a row like we talked about. He's got to be happy to get this win here to close out the season with. Brings him to 3 wins total, and especially to take it away from Brandon Bowie like he did, just being patient, running him down, and then once he got by him, he's off to a 3-second lead right now. As long as he doesn't run out of fuel, you know, it's got to be something to be happy about.
Yeah, it looks like these guys definitely slowed down the pace a little bit. They're trying to save fuel. Mike Koch actually is going to catch up to Brandon Bowie, so we'll have a battle for the 2nd position here before this one is said and done and coming to the white flag.
Yeah, so it's going to be 1 lap to go here, and we're going to see who has enough fuel and who doesn't, and at this point, they're all in.
Yeah, it's kind of late now to make a stop there. Seeing what happens here, it looks like they really slowed down the pace a lot. Brandon Bowie blocking the inside there for Mike Koch. Mike Koch is going to have to make one kind of maneuver here. Bowie, of course, is going to block. Koch could run to the outside if he wanted to. Not going to. He's going to dive it into turn number 3. And they're going to be side by side coming off the corner. Mike Shelton's going to take home the victory. The battle for 2nd is on. Here comes Mike Koch. He will get the position and possibly.
Oh, it looks like Sterling's going to come along.
If they can get, they're going to be side by side. I think.
Bowie by a bumper.
Oh, too bad for John Sterling there. As Bowie must have been saving fuel there to let those guys catch him like that.
Yeah, no, I think he just needed to save fuel and make it to the finish there. Did a great job to get that 3rd position by inches over John Sterling. We'll take you through the field real fast. There will be Shelton, Mike Koch, Brandon Bowie. John Sterling will finish 4th. Jeffrey Gillen finishes 5th. He was the last car in the lead lap. Then it'll be William Dunn, the first car 1 lap down. Whitson Jr., 2 tires, finishing 7th. Corey Brazil finished 8th. 9th will go to William Wilson. 10th will go to Mark Kennedy. 11th it will go to Rob Pittman, and 12th will go to Robert Barney. As we have the double burnouts going on the front straightaway, we'll try to get you some interviews.
Yeah, congratulations to the four of Brandon Bowie here, dominating all season, not taking home the win tonight, but takes home the championship. Him and his team got to be elated. Mike Shelton there doing some burnouts. Congratulations to him, and taking home the win tonight, the number 33 Skull Bandit right there, as some guys are letting off some steam and having some fun in pit road there and whatnot. So Brandon Bowie doing it with awesome fashion there, as did everybody out there. Rob just does such a good job week in and week out, and now as Shelton pulls up and congratulates Bowie there, and they kind of do the double burnouts there in the front stretch.
Yeah, great job for both of these drivers this year. We got Mike Koch. You see the burnouts continuing on. Mike Koch had the pole there on the start there and came home for a second place finish. What happened there on lap number 1, turn 2?
I got it on a flat tire.
You managed to come back from 2 laps down, finishing second position. Me and George and Rob, we were all talking about the fuel strategy. It was kind of being close on fuel. How close were you?
Actually, I didn't even check. I was just trying to concentrate on turning lap times. I was a little frustrated with myself at the beginning of the race, so just trying to get back up there. I think it was pretty close. I think it was about 5 or 6 laps.
Rob, you have anything for the second place finisher?
Hey, I'm sorry, Rob. I do got something for Mike Koch. Mike, what's tomorrow's race going to bring for you, going for the championship up against Robert Barney? We talked about it quite a bit tonight. Barney's got a little uphill battle with not a lot of teammates. You got a lot of fucktards out there that are going to help you. What do you expect tomorrow? Are you running balls out, or are you going to wait for like the last 15 laps?
I got to win. If I don't win, I don't got a chance. He's got like 8 points on me, so I got to win. I got to get those 3 bonus points. And
there's the answer.
Far enough down the field that I can overcome.
You overnight me a check, Mike, and I'll push you.
I mean, I might just have to into him a few times, see what happens.
All right, Mike. Good luck tomorrow night there. We will definitely see you at the Talladega Super Speedway.
Save me a spot.
All right, let's go to victory lane there with Mike Shelton, our race winner. Hey, Mike, it's Bill Kerwin. Got a copy?
Yeah, Bill.
Congratulations tonight. You kind of came short on the championship, but a great run to catch Bowie there for the win tonight. 3rd win of the season. Me and George and Rob were talking about how Brandon Bowie kind of uses his stuff up in the beginning, and that's how you kind of closed in the gap.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it was nice to finish the season off with a win, even though I couldn't take the championship. Congratulations to Bowie. He drove the wheels off this season, so he deserved it. It's 3 seasons and 3 different championship drivers, so that's interesting. Looking forward to next season.
What do you have to do for next season to become the NEOSCA champion?
Man, I don't know. It's a different driver to beat every year. You know, first year it was Travis Lawcuff, and me and him battled it out, I think, to the last race, and then Harrington dominated season 2, and here's Bowie with season 3. I'm just coming up one short every time. So I don't know. I guess maybe I need to get better on my short runs. I've got it on the long runs, but these races it's a large field and we have a lot of cautions. A lot of the races end with like 10-lap shootouts or something like that. I've probably got to get a little bit stronger on my short runs.
Mike, congratulations. It burns up in the booth here. Congratulations on another great season, quietly getting it done. Probably a little bit louder this season than the other seasons. Just came up short a little bit, but you dominated the end of this race tonight. You got to go off feeling good to get this win, especially taking it away from Bowie after how well he's ran. You learned a little bit. I'm looking forward to seeing you out there racing next year, pal. Good luck.
Thank you, George. I appreciate that. And yeah, it feels good to win the last race. And thank you for your comments. And looking forward to next season. And looking forward to you up in the booth, man. You do a great job. You and Bill both. And just love this NEOSCA League.
Hey, Rob, you have anything for your second place finisher in the points?
I sure do. Mike, great job tonight. I watched the whole tail end of the race. I watched you reel Brandon in. The short battle and the pass, and It was a great job, clean run. How much fuel do you have left in the tank there, bud?
I looked at it 5 to go, and I had 4 gallons, so I didn't think there was any need to worry about it. And I think it said I had 10 laps of fuel left with 5 to go, so I was good there. But appreciate those. I think me and Bowie battled. It took me about 10 laps to get around him. It's tough even with a faster truck. It's hard to get that run off the corner. But racing with Bowie there was fun there at the end.
A little more fuel than we thought, George and Will. But Mike, I believe you sent the message for next year. I'm looking forward to seeing the battle, and I wish you nothing but the best next season, man. It's a pleasure having you in the league.
Thank you, Rob. I appreciate it. Forward to it.
All right, let's go down the front straightaway there with Brandon Bowie. Brandon Bowie, welcome to the NEOSCA Championship, man. Congratulations there.
Thank you.
Excellent race tonight. You've been doing it all season long with the amount of top 5s and the top 10s you had. Expect a lot more for you next season there if you're going to still be around, but overall, congratulations, man.
Thank you. Definitely I give thanks to NEOSCA. They put on a hell of a season. I'm just lost for words because I really didn't think I'd be able to get a championship, but yes, it's been awesome. This season was definitely turned around better than my first season. But yeah, definitely plan on coming next season and trying to defend that title.
Brandon Bowie, it's Burns Up Booth. Congratulations on the championship, man. You dominated third different driver in 3 different seasons to bring it home on Tuesdays. Just congratulations. Kind of let one slip away tonight. Probably learned a little bit here on how to run, especially Mike Shelton. I'm expecting a lot out of you and Shelton and a couple other guys next year, but I have a feeling you're going to be right up there battling for that championship, bud, so good luck with that.
Thank you. Yeah, this wasn't one of my best tracks to run at. My goal was just to finish. No incidents. Just try to stay out of trouble. I saw Shelton and Cook, both of them were both fast here, and I just try to lead as many laps as I can, clinch that extra bonus point. Then I knew I was pretty much good to go.
All right, Rob, you have a trophy to present to Mr. Bowie.
Well, we're gonna have Sully make up a nice little trophy for the website, and I guess a modest payout is forthcoming. Brandon, congratulations on a great job, and I'm looking forward to seeing you and Shelton go toe to toe next season. But I did hear a little chatter on the the in-race chat in the practice session how you really don't like this track, so I might have to go back to the schedule and throw it on there another 3 or 4 times.
Hopefully not.
No, really. I mean, grats. It's a super job. Hats off to you, bud, and I'm looking forward to having you next season.
Thanks, Rob. Thanks, for throwing NEOSCA. All you got to do behind the scenes. I mean, I know it's not easy, but definitely appreciate it.
All right, Brandon. Before we let you go, you have anybody else you want to thank besides NEOSCA and all the great fans?
I definitely just want to give a shout out again. My team, Brandon Motorsports. Hopefully, we'll have a new custom paint job that's hopefully gonna be sponsored just by my team. If not, then I might have to go see if I can get some other sponsors. But that's gonna be the goal for next season.
All right, Brandon, go celebrate your championship with your crew, and we'll see you in a few weeks.
All right, thanks.
Exciting finish to the season there, Rob and George, and we're going to definitely see another exciting race here in a few weeks there. Rob, excellent league. Once again, another great season, and I'm looking forward to it next season to be back on the track, and I'm going to possibly contend for the championship.
I'd like to see that, Will. While I have the floor for a couple seconds, I definitely want to thank RTV. I want to thank Robbie Johnson for a fantastic job. We will try to enter into discussions for season 4. I don't know what the resources are going to be there to do it, but we're going to do the best we can. George, fantastic job in the booth. Will, very professionally done. And when Travis is here, it just doesn't get any better either. So great job, everybody here.
George.
Thanks, Rob. We appreciate the kind words and everything. You know, kudos to you and the league. Kudos to Brandon Bowie, Mike Shell, and everybody getting it done. Looking forward to tomorrow night and getting that season finished with on the Bobby Newman Wednesday Super Speedway Series with the NEOSCA boys. See how that plays out and crown another different champion for the Wednesday nights. Great job all around, man. I'm glad to be here. Thanks to the fans and everything, and looking forward to getting back at it again in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, we'll be returning back to this same racetrack that we just talked about, how Brandon Bowie has some trouble. We'll have 2 weeks to get this thing ready for Homestead-Miami Speedway. This is Bill Kerwin, Rob Pittman, George Burns. Special thanks to Robbie Johnston. We'll see you in a few weeks here. Have a good night, everybody.